I'm going to make some lasagna. I'm going to use ground beef, and here's some basil and oregano, and breadcrumbs, mozzarella cheese, eggs, and this is homemade ricotta, and here is some pecorino romano, and small onion, some garlic, lasagna noodles, some crushed red pepper, chili flakes, and here's 2 jars of good quality tomato sauce or marinara sauce. You can make your own, which I have a video on that, and I'll put it in the description if you want to make your own sauce. I'm going to take my breadcrumbs and put them in this bowl, and 1 cup of the Parmesan. Not Parmesan, it's Romano. Very good Romano, I must say. I'm lucky to have a little place that sells some very good stuff. And there went the garlic, about a tablespoon, and a teaspoon of red chili flakes, red pepper flakes. Just going to kind of mix this around. Get that garlic distributed somewhat. And my 3 eggs. Mix those just a bit. Add those in. Mix the eggs around. Kind of distribute all the seasonings. And I'm not going to put any salt in here because my pecorino romano is very briny, very salty. I'm going to add the ground beef and just mix this all up. Next, I'm going to put a little olive oil here in my pan, and we're going to add the beef. And we're just going to fry this up. Just been cooking this up and stirring it around. And you want to make sure that there's pretty much no pink left in it. I'm going to taste it for salt. And you know, I think it could use some. So I'm just going to sprinkle some salt in there. A little pepper too. Mix that around. Now I'm going to take this pot here, put all my beef in this pot. Like that. Set the pot over to the side and add a little more olive oil to the pan. Going to add the onions, and this will kind of deglaze the pan. And I've been doing this over medium heat, not real high heat, just medium heat. The onions are cooked about 5 minutes. I've been scraping away, and they're getting soft. So now I'm going to put this pot back over here and put the onions in. And by the way, in case you were wondering, that ground beef I used was like 93% lean, very lean beef. Not very much fat in it. Okay. I'm going to add a jar of marinara sauce. And this jar is a little bit larger marinara sauce. Add most of it. I'm going to let this come up to a temperature. and just let it gently bubble. Put a lid on it, let it gently bubble for 1 hour. It's been bubbling away for 1 hour with the lid like that, and I'm going to turn the heat off and let it cool down a little bit. I like to let the sauce cool off because I'm using fresh herbs, and that's the oregano. This is the basil that I chopped up. The oregano I just left in leaves. Just pull the leaves off and mix this in. And that way everything, it's still fairly warm, but I like everything to heat up in the oven. You know, all the cheese and everything. So here I'm going to bake it in an 8-inch by 8-inch pan, although this will make, the recipe will make 2 of these. So I'm going to make 2 of these and freeze one. I'll freeze it before I bake it. And then let it thaw in the refrigerator and bake it some other time. So I take some of the meat sauce and put it on the bottom. And I put butter. Did I say that? I put butter on the edges because, you know, it helps it not to stick, and there's nothing wrong with butter. And I'm using the lasagna noodles that you do not have to bake. And then I'm going to put some of our homemade ricotta on here. And it's been in the refrigerator and it gets all clumped up, and you have to kind of break it up. And just put some of that on there. And if you're, and you actually need twice as much ricotta. So you need to either do a gallon of milk or just buy like 4 cups at the store. Or you can use cottage cheese. I actually love cottage cheese in this too. And you want to make sure you use plenty of cheese, because that's what really, really makes lasagna good, in my opinion. And here's some of that pecorino. Put some of that in there. You know, I'll put the noodles in the other way. Spread it out pretty well. And I'll go directly with the cheese. The ricotta cheese. Some more mozzarella. More pecorino. And I'm going to do one more layer just like this. Got it all done, all layered up. I'm going to put some aluminum foil on it and into my 350-degree oven. Here it is out of the oven. I baked it 20 minutes with the foil on, brought it out here, took the foil off, put it back in there for 20 more minutes. And I'm going to let it cool off a bit. I let it rest for 20 minutes, and let's have a taste. Very good. You can taste the spice of the red chilies a little bit, and ricotta is a milky flavor. Just excellent. Thanks so much for watching.